Hi, everyone. So, I am here today to give you the astrology from February 17th through the 23rd. I don't know if you guys experienced it, but last week was a complete shit show. And we're actually entering a phase of, I want to say, an exhale. It's going to be very different. It's going to be a lot calmer, a lot more relaxed. So I want you guys to be encouraged with that. I would also take advantage of this week because it is a good week, but then there's turbulence again for a little while. Like it goes up and down for a little bit, but then it normalizes. And this is a very good week for activation. It's kind of like what we did the weeks before, where it was kind of like shit, and then it was good, and then it was shit again. It's kind of that energies. But this one, we're finally getting past that Mars retrograde. So that is very, very positive. It creates a lot of conflicting turmoil, but let's go and tell you what's going on in the week. Like always, if you guys want an appointment with me or you want to know more about me, it's all in the description part below, and also the timestamps of the day of the week if you want to go directly to those days of the week. Okay, so let's go to this Monday the 17th. The moon is in Libra, trine the sun in Aquarius. This is, thank God, hallelujah, for these kinds of days. This is a release from that oppressive energy that we were experiencing, an uplifting energy, something that comes into balance. The sun in Aquarius is this energy of hopefulness, of joy, of a light in the end of the tunnel kind of energy. And it's going to create, like, I want to say, a sense of calm after the turbulence that we experienced before. So take advantage of this day. Do things that will set you off for the rest of the week or the rest of the month to be very positive. I would do things that would connect me to my spirit guides to create more of that balance and that positive energy. But it is a very good energy of balance, of coming back to yourself, of wholeness. Okay. And now let's go to Tuesday. Tuesday, the 18th, the sun enters Pisces with the moon in Scorpio, creating a trine in Mercury in Pisces. Okay, so there's a lot of Pisces here. Pisces energy has a way of making us a little bit less mentally clear, more I want to say spiritually inclined, or more in your imagination realms, more than the physical energies. Now, that energy of the Mercury Pisces can create a situation where you will be receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of information, a lot of insight from your spiritual team. So I would, for the rest of this week, record my dreams and like kind of really delve deep into it and kind of talk to your guides as to what it is that they're trying to say with it, because it is a lot of mental clarity. The moon being in Scorpio with that trine, it kind of creates a light in the place that we felt a shadow. Scorpio has a lot to do with other people's money, other people's things, the occult, things that are hidden, right? And false loves and chaos. So it's kind of like a reveal energy I'm feeling for Tuesday, where things that were hidden are coming to a light, where there's a better understanding as to why these things are happening, and for you to come more into center to what it is that you need to do to actualize whatever it is that you want for your life. So let's say that you were always thinking that something was standing in your way, and then all of a sudden you discover the person, place, thing, energy, mindset that has been standing in your way. That clarity comes true. You come into center with it. It might cause a little bit internal confusion, but you now realize that that is a problem. So now I know where I'm standing and what I need to do to be able to create that change. So it is very positive. It's just really revealing at the same time. And revelations sometimes are a good thing, and sometimes they have a way of like shattering us. So just take it in the way of and this is not to tell you what exactly you should do, but it is something that is telling you how you should direct the energy so it can work for your benefit instead of your limitation. And take this energy as a direction into, now I get it. Now I understand what I have done and what the others have done, or what's been around me that has been limiting me or distracting me from what I want. Now it's time for me to move in the direction that I want. So now let's go to Wednesday. On Wednesday the 19th, Mercury is still in Pisces, and now it does a square, which is like a wall with with Jupiter and Gemini. So we have been receiving a lot of clarity, a lot of downloads, a lot of things that have been coming into our minds. It may create us an energy where we feel mentally drained, where we feel emotionally drained, where we just like, we feel like this is, I'm done. I'm over it. All I want is a freaking break. I'm over it. I want to turn off everything that will remind me of whatever the situation is. I need a moment. I would do that. I would take myself a moment because it is a lot of clarity, a lot of aha moments, a lot of, coming back into the light after being in the shadow and thinking that things are going to be the worst thing that they could ever happen. And now you're coming to this realization that, well, I do have the power to create a little bit of change, but I mean, holy crap, there's a lot that I'm going to have to do and it's overwhelming and blah, blah, blah. And the best thing to do when you're in this case of, I just can't, is to step away from it. Because when you have that moment of reprieve and break, then you have a way of kind of like allowing yourself to come into center prior to looking at a situation. It's actually really good because you turn off your fight or flight and it relaxes your system. And now you can think clearly and your system is working how it should. And you will be able to see clearly what it is that you need to do going forward. Okay. So Wednesday is take a break day. All right. Now let's go to Thursday. Thursday the 20th, the moon is in Scorpio again, and now it creates a trine in Neptune and Pisces. Okay, so the moon in Scorpio, again, other people's business, things that are of the occult, other people's money, things that are outside of ourselves. And now it's creating a trine, which is a triangle, amplifying the energy and making it more stronger with Neptune and Pisces. Neptune is all about our subconscious, about the spiritual realm, about things that have to do with the unknown. And Pisces is all about the spiritual and the emotional and all kinds of stuff. I mean, literally this day feels like a day of spiritual steroids. Okay. There, because also you got to keep in mind Scorpio has to do with magic also, and the unknown and the occult. So all of it is kind of like this, like going within and being lost in the revelations of the things that are within you. Now, this can be something where internally we'll feel ourselves delving deep into those thoughts, those memories, those situations that has had us strung up in some crazy like labyrinth for a long period of time, like really delving deep into it, and you can get lost in that. So it's really important for you guys to have those things that you do normally that keep you grounded, that keep you sane, that keep you stable. Okay. Allow these memories and these thoughts to go through. You can jot them down just to get them out of your mind and into some paper so that you don't longer have it like lingering there for hours. And just know that these emotions are flowing through you because there's a need for them to come up. In other words, I want to say externally, not in other words, but externally, what you might see is the same, like something where these deep unknown revelations come out in government, in your society, in the groups that are around you, like all these things just bubbling up and people like festering in all these things like I didn't know, I can't believe, blah, 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 whole mess of stuff. So it's a really high emotional day. It's a really high day of like, I want to say, I just heard emotional upheaval. So keep that in mind because not everybody deals well with emotions. So you might notice people being extra finicky, if extra triggered, extra like not themselves. And it is really not themselves because they're dealing with emotions that they haven't really listened to before. This can have a lot of I want to say negative thoughts and situations coming through also. So have compassion with the people around you. If you know a person triggers you, keep them away from you. Try to kind of create a wall between you and the external world because there's too much going internally for you to worry and to get involved in all that stuff. And then also give yourself that that time to, again, jot down your dreams, your thoughts, and your information. If you write them down, they no longer linger in your mind. This is important for you to know. If you write them down, they no longer linger in your mind because what is happening is that you're giving the thought a a voice. You know, I heard you, I understood you, I see where you're coming from, and you're writing it down. And that's all it really wants for validation. And then once you give it that validation, it'll calm down. So keep that in mind. Writing things down is amazing. And I'm not talking about typing it up either. And I'm not talking about like recording it and saying it out loud. At times, like that can be helpful, but in this case, you're actually like giving it a physical place to be, and writing it down releases it from you. Okay. All right, so now let's go to Friday. Friday the 21st, the moon will enter Sagittarius and create a trine in Venus in Aries. I love the energy of my Sagittarians because, of course, I'm a Sagittarius, but here we have the energy of a Sagittarius fire with the energy of Aries fire combined together and creating like a triangle and pushing this energy through. Fire and fire burns down the things that have been holding us back. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there's been a lot of revelations, a lot of mindsets, a lot of things that have been coming through. And here comes the fire to kind of tear down these walls and allow you from these ashes that come from the situation to bring something new into existence. I would focus this day on channeling this energy that you've been getting from Monday through Thursday. I would focus that energy as to what can I do now? What part of this situation that's been coming through my head do I actively have a voice, a power, an ability to overcome and to work past? How can I make this better? Anything else, don't freaking worry about it. Not changing the mind of fulano de tal. That's how we call like so-and-so and Joe Schmo. It doesn't matter. Nothing like that. What can I do to make the situation better? Because Sagittarius is this energy of pointing you in the right direction. Aries is this energy of being that leader. And Venus is about channeling it through your heart space. How do I want my world to look like? Am I still going to empower this situation? Am I still going to continue to give it strength? How can I change it for my greatest good? So this is a calling to change, a calling for adventure, a calling to move in the direction that you know is for your greatest good. So channel this energy in a way that will propel you to the future and not cast you back in the past. Okay. So now let's go to Saturday. On Saturday, the 22nd, the moon will still be in Sagittarius, but now it creates a square with Neptune and Pisces. So this energy is funny because here we have all this fiery energy where we're propelling this change into our reality on Friday. And then Saturday, we create a wall with this Neptune and Pisces. This is the naysayer energy. This is your subconscious saying, but you tried before and you couldn't make it happen. But catastrophizing every situation around you, but you don't have any power. You're nobody. You can't make plans. And so this is when you're being called to face that demon inside of you saying you can't, you won't, you're nothing, you're nothing, you're nothing, and telling it, you know what? You might think I'm nothing, but I'm going to prove to you that I am, and continue to push that energy through. Plan for the future, plan for the things that you can do. Do baby steps. Baby steps are amazing because they give us that internal, I want to say cookie of validation that we can and that we will. And the more little steps that we take to progress in this positive movement, the more change that we can create in this reality. So Neptune and Pisces is in that square is kind of bringing back that internal turmoil and that internal monster saying you're not worth it, you can't, you're nothing, why are you doing this? And you're saying F you, I know who I am, and yes, that's who I was, but you don't know me anymore. I know me, and I'm going to face you. And so, you know, one of the things that I found out, I mean, I find really interesting, like in Buddhism, is that energy of, you know, I'm not trying to destroy you as a demon that you are within me. Obviously, I created you, or you got access to me through a wound or a belief that I had in myself. So let me have you rant as much as you want. Let me have you show me all the ugly that is inside of me. Show me all my wounds, because the more I let you talk, the more I'll see where I let you in, so I can close that door and create a strong foundation for myself. So keep that in mind in this energy of Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is all pushing you in the right direction. You already put you already pinned in Google where it is that you want to be in the future, right? A Google pin. You already did that, right? So now you're telling me I can't. You're telling me I'm nothing. You're telling me I'm worthless. And this is external and internal. It doesn't matter. And I am letting you say that to me so I can find out what triggers you are using against me that allow me to be less than. And as soon as I heal that, I throw you away because you have no power over me. Remember that. That's what you have to do with all the things you see in social media. That's what you have to do with everything. Okay. I got stuck for a long time listening to all these tarot card readers online talking about this person is doing this to you, that person is doing that to you. Look at they're sending this to you and they're sending that to you. And I got stuck on that for a long time. And I didn't realize that the reason I was stuck on it for a long time is because these are the things I gave power to. Okay. And then I started listening to all this government stuff about how these people are stronger and they're going to sit on us and blah, blah, blah. And one of the things that I had to realize is, the only reason you have power is because I give it to you. If I move, you no longer have a shoulder to stand on. So, bitch, know your place. The only reason you're where you're at is because I'm where I'm at. Okay? So keep that in mind, that every single one of us chose the place that we're in. And the moment we decide to move, they no longer have power over us. Okay. So now let's go to Sunday. Sunday the 23rd. Mercury will be in Pisces. This is the energy of the beginning of the week where we're having a lot of communication from the spiritual team, and it creates a trine in Mars in Cancer. But then Mars goes direct in Cancer, finally releasing us from that terrible roller coaster emotionally that we've been stuck in for flipping, it seems like ever, because it started on January 6th and is on Cancer. It started the beginning of the year in another sign, but this is like in Cancer. It's been there since January 6th. And that freaking sign being there, that's the torment, right? That we've been living through. The fire fighting against the emotions, right? The masculine fighting against the feminine, this garbage that we've been confronting. And so now that it's going direct with Mercury in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces is very, I want to say, effeminate, right? It's very talk, it's very emotion, it's very like linked with seeing both sides of a situation. So it is a communion energy where things start balancing out. The Mars retrograde will not come back until January 2027, which is great. And it will be in the sign of Leo and then turn into Virgo, which gives us a big reprieve of this this Mars retrograde for a good chunk of our lives. So I want to say 2 years, but at least it's a break that we get from it for a while, and that allows us to now gather the pieces that were broken from this retrograde of Mars in Cancer. You might have experienced a lot of emotional turmoil when it came to your relationships. You might have realized people were extra aggressive. You might have realized how the masculine inside each and every single one of us try to stomp every emotionally sound person around us. This is all the things that are kind of like emanating from this energy, and with it being repressed and with this energy of calm falling upon it, it's kind of one of those things that kind of a wave of calm over the fire, right? I think this is just planning and preparing us for that shift of the energy that will happen on February 28th when we have that Pisces new moon. But I'm feeling very positive about this energy because it's kind of like throwing water and calm over so much turmoil. So you will feel like this moment coming through. Actually, the entire kind of week feels like it. So you might feel a little bit better this week compared to previous weeks. Okay. I hope this helps you. You got this. You're stronger than you think you are. And we'll see you the next time.